Hello there, this is Rom coming back at you with yet another car video. Yeah, stop thinking only a lean body can attract women. Stop thinking that only. Yeah, it can some women, but women are attracted to all types of bodies. And I was moved to do this. Let me shout out Brother Muhammad, who's on my Patreon. He didn't even ask me to do the video, but he'll share different things with me. And he was sharing something that was actually on a TikTok, and it was about this bodybuilder. And this bodybuilder was complaining, but I would tell the bodybuilder he didn't know how to use body game, because you still have to know how to use the body. But there were plenty of people in the comments, men primarily, talking about, oh, you gotta have a lean body. Hold up, stop. You get plenty of men who say that, but it's kind of funny. It's not women who say that. Women like different things. Remember that story I've told quite a few times, right? About when I was at this vending show and there were women, there were people walking in front of me and behind me. And it was this big old Aaron Donald looking dude. Like this dude was big. And I knew about him because I knew his girlfriend. And that's how I knew he was a player. I knew from her, not even from him. He barely said anything to me. But he was walking from my table and there was a woman behind me who said, hey, can I take you home? And all he did was walk over, give her his phone. She put her number in. And all he said to her was that's you? And she was like, yeah. He was like, okay, and kept walking. Then she looked at me and said, well, you gotta shoot you gotta shoot your shot. That's actually part of where I got that from. But and she was more on the slim thick side. She was on the slim thick side. And that was the thing. She was on the slim thick side, but this is a big old dude. And I was thinking about this other big dude. I had mentioned him before. It was another place I would do some vending at. And I knew from the women he was getting down. He ain't never tell me once. Me and him, whenever we talked, we ain't never once talked about getting women. Never once. Or what women he got. It was the women coming back saying, yeah, he doing this woman. That was a big old dude too. He wasn't on no lean side. He wasn't even cut. He was just a big dude. He was getting his. I've known quite a few. Indeed, remember two things with me. Remember when I had that medical emergency, I had lost a lot of weight. Had a lot of dudes saying, oh, yeah, you looking good, Uncle Rum. You looking good. Meanwhile, women were saying, you need a cheeseburger. You want me to bring some food? They were telling me straight up they preferred me with some more weight on me. Look, and that's just them. Now, of course, there's some women who prefer lean, some women who prefer athletic. Here's the thing. Whenever I talk about body game, what do I say? Get your best body. Get your best body. And if it worked for you. And if your body ain't working for you, then you need to change it up. But don't think they all like one type. Shit, all you have to do is go out here. Like if I got together all the players I've known, and I'm over the decades from when I was young till right this second, dudes I know getting theirs. They different body types. All of them ain't lean. All of them ain't big, though, either. Shoot, a couple of them got a bit of a gut on them. It just depends. Because there's something that really, well, I got to think about how I'm going to present something that even goes beyond body game. And that's not the mouthpiece. It's not the mouthpiece either. That's just one thing. Something I'm going to start hitting on in a few weeks. But anyway, come on, man. Do you know where you're going? Oh, well, yeah. Bama from out of state. Anyway, it's different types. That's one thing some men have to understand out here. It's different types of bodies that attract different types of women. Because remember I said, when I had lost all that weight, guys were praising me. Women were like, you got to put on some weight. And I still never forget this one woman who looked me dead in the eye and said, Rom, I'm going to put 40 pounds on you. And I was bigger than I am now. I was like, hold up. She wanted to put more weight on me. She wanted to put 40 more pounds. 20 pounds more than I am now. She looked at me and wanted to put on another 40. Women like different things. Oh, she was fine too. She was fine. These are fine women. See, understand. See, here's the problem with a lot of guys. They don't understand women. Period. That's it. They don't understand women. They don't understand women. Some women, they're going to like a lean dude. Some women going to like a more athletic build dude. Some women going to like a big old dude. Some going to like big muscles. Some going to like slim muscles. They all going to like something different. It depends on the woman. What I've been saying for the past couple years, especially with body game. Get your best body. See which women are showing some interest in you, and then that's your boiling point. That's the point that you want to get at. But different women are turned on by different bodies. And you can't look at a woman and assume. But you see, you get some guys out here, they just saying some stuff, and really it's just wishful thinking. Because they probably lean themselves and thinking, well, hopefully the women like that too. And some women will. Like I said, they're going to like different things. But if you're a big old dude and you still getting to play, what you worried about? What you worried about? In fact, sometimes even as much as I'll push getting some muscles, some women don't like too much muscles on a man. See, remember, 4.5 billion women probably. It's getting up there. As somebody pointed out, it's getting up there. I'm going to say 4 billion. I'm just going to round it up until it's officially at a higher number. But as someone pointed out, there's always more. But whatever the case, you're always going to have women like different things, no matter what. I mean, I've known some shoot. I remember a few years ago when I had this tiny old woman in the car. She like a big old dude. And I remember I hooked up with a couple other small women. They were on the more petite side, but they liked a big dude. And then you got some big women. They like a slim dude. And then athletic women, they like whatever. And then you get a lot of women, really. It really depends on the man if he has a certain magnetism to him. It really depends on the man, because you got some women, they can hook up with a slim dude, and then in the morning, and then a big old hominoid dude at night. In fact, I always remember that other story I always tell about that woman who lived next door to me when I was living in D.C. Young woman. She had two different men, because you could hear right through the walls. One man, he was definitely on that more twerp side. I saw him, he was on that twerp side. The other dude was a Jethro Bodine looking dude, big hominoid eating dude. Like, big old dude. And he was tearing her up. It really just depends on the woman and the man. As far as body game, all the man has to do is figure out, okay, which body works for him, which size works for him. If you're a big man, you ain't getting no play, well, you might have to lose some weight. If you a slim man, you ain't getting no play, you might have to put on some. It depends on how it comes across to the woman, because as I've always said, the primary way of turning on a woman is your body. The primary way. Now, there's some other stuff that come in there, but the primary way, get your body first. That's the first thing they see. And there's a few other things that you'll need, but the primary way. That's why you can get some dudes, they can have a handsome face and still have trouble. Remember, I said several times, I used to work with this dude who looked like Clint Eastwood with glasses. But he wasn't getting no pods to the pussy. He wasn't getting no play. He would have been considered incel. He might be on some incel site now. But that's because he was scrawny. He was scrawny. Yeah, he had the face. Like I said, it looked just like Clint Eastwood. Looked just like him. But he was more on the slimmer side. See, you got to figure out. See, here's the thing. The main thing is women like different shit. Women like different shit. All a man has to figure out is which women like his body. That's when I get into talking about a tribe. Those women like your body. The women who like me, they like my body build. Like I said, I remember, I never forget, I've mentioned several times. There was this one woman, she was cool with me. But even when I was smaller than I am now, I was still too big. But the guy she ended up getting with was stick thin, like looked like a good wind blow would like just knock him over. But that's what she liked. Every woman likes something different, and it could be several reasons why. It could be several reasons why. It could be the men. Well, the main imprint is the men in her family. What were they built like? And then the true imprint is a combination of the first 3 men that she got with. See, a lot of dudes still be getting that wrong, be thinking it's just one man. No, it's never just one man. Remember, I introduced imprint to these YouTube streets. I introduced it. It's 3. But whatever the case, those 3 men could have been whatever. In fact, I knew some women because one of the reasons, once I started finding out about it, then started talking to some women about it. And I wouldn't even tell them. I say, hey, tell me about the first 3 men. And then they would always end up with it. Like I know one woman, her imprint were 3 big old guys. Like she more than hominin grade. She barbecue like meat eating dudes and hominin grades. But then I found out the first 3 guys she got with, they were big men. So that's who she ended up marrying. That was her imprint. And then another woman, all the guys were athletic, so that's what she liked. Women like different things. And see, guys got to get off of that. Get off of that. Get off of even talking about it. Because instead of worrying about the next man and what he got, or what you have to be, you need to worry about yourself. You need to worry about, okay, what's working for you, what's not working. And you know that. And really pay attention too. Don't get caught up because you're not built like a certain man. You might not need to be. If you a slim man and you getting your dick sucked, shit, keep it. Or if you're a big old dude and you getting your dick sucked, okay, well, you don't need to lose that much weight. Pay attention. As soon as you walk outside, whatever your weight is when you walk outside, how many women giving you a look? How many women like looking you up and down when they talk to you? It's all different. And then here's something else too. Because I remember one of my lady friends, Brittany, was on here. And she was saying what she like. And then somebody got in the comments saying, that ain't what she like. I was like, hold up. You don't know her. Do you know her personally? You not her. You don't have that same vagina. See, these women, one thing I found with some women, they like something different. Like I've known some women, I've known several over the decades say, yeah, they'll take a little bit of gut on a man, whatever reason. And really, I'm gonna tell you what, it could go deeper. It could go deeper. I can get metaphysic with it. Depending on a woman's like sexual personality type, they gonna like something. You gonna get some women, they want that man with that big upper body or that man with that athletic body. You gonna get some women, they'll take the man with the athletic body and maybe big old hominy-grit eating dude. Like, I'm not surprised when I see like a model looking woman with some big old dude. Some big old dude. Because one of the things, and I mentioned this on my Patreon, the body, man's body speaks to the woman, so it depends. Now, here's something. Let me I'll throw one little thing out there. Say you have a woman, she looking like a model. She looking like a model. She's slim. She's like a model. But she might have an abandonment issue. Alright, she got an abandonment issue. What guy is she gonna go for? She'll go for the type of guy who doesn't look like he's gonna abandon her. Those are usually those big old hominy-grit eating dudes. Because if you really pay attention to them, they're down to earth. They chill. They can they'll hang out with whoever. But that's because that woman, even though she pretty, but she got that abandonment issue, she'll look subconsciously look for a guy who don't look like he'll abandon her. Now, that guy who might look like a model himself, she might not want to fuck with him if he look like he's going to abandon her. So it depends. It depends. Or you got some women, they might have a slight control aspect to them. They'll look for that type of man who gives off the impression she can exercise a little control. See, when women are looking at a man's body, they listening to what's going on, and yeah, they'll look at his face, but what is the body saying to her? What is the man's body saying to her? So they're going to like deal with whatever they're comfortable with. And then you throw in the imprint, the original imprint, which is her father, the men in her family. You throw in a lot of factors, and then even racial background, subcultural background, class background. You throw all that in, it could be different things. It's going to be different things with different women. For example, like the cultural thing. One thing, if you get like a so-called third world country where they don't eat well, they go crazy over a big man who looks like he eats. And in fact, I saved a clip on my IG. It was about this Ethiopian in this Ethiopian tribe, and they said the most handsome man was this guy. I mean, that dude looked pregnant, but that was it for that tribe. See, it depends. It depends on, it's several factors. It's like class, region, whatever. They like different things. Like, I've known several guys who had multiple baby mamas. They weren't lean. They had those daddy type of builds. They look like you talk about that dad bod. They look for that. And some women, if they looking for that father figure or something like that, or that dude who will be a good father, they might get that guy who look like, boom, he'll come home, or look like he could be somebody's dad. And it's so many things. See, dudes got to get off that mindset that it's only one thing women are looking for. If it was, it wouldn't be so many people. Sure. It wouldn't be so many people in the world. It wouldn't be so many men who have children. Sure. Indeed. The two sons that I can acknowledge, I know is mine. I was bigger than I am now. They were both conceived when I was bigger than I am now. My 2 sons. So it's like, you just don't know. And it's, like I said, culture. Because I remember when I hooked up with this Japanese young lady. And I wasn't working out as much, and my stomach was poking out a little bit. She bent down and kissed the stomach. It's like, it just depends. It just depends. Don't trip. It depends. It depends on who the woman is and a whole bunch of factors. Stop thinking it's just one thing. And guys that say that like they know, I would challenge them. I say, you go outside, shit. Do you know anybody? Or you just wanna like be on that because deep down you want women to check you out, or you checking them out instead of worried about being who you are and what you can present. See, that's the main thing. See, every single man is going to be different. Every single man is going to be different. Like I wouldn't tell a man, don't try to be built like me, because you're going to get a different set of women. Meanwhile, I ain't going to try to be built like you. Because here's something even deeper. Think about it. We all got different DNA. We all got different genetics. And we all going to have different things. We all going to be born a certain way. I'm like my sons. When my oldest son was born, he was taller. And he tall and slim now. But when my youngest son was born, that dude came out like he had been bench pressing. He was solid. He was solid when he came out the womb. Now, here's the interesting thing. Pure genetics, because my co-parent was eating like crazy when my first son was born, and put on serious weight. And he come out slim. The second one, she didn't put on that much weight, and that's when we were going through some issues as far as economics and finances and stuff. So she didn't eat that much. She didn't put on that much weight. Yeah, he come out stocky. So it's genetics. Your genetics are going to be different. And you can't really get past that. Now, you get some dudes don't like their genetics and all of that, but that's a self-esteem issue that they got to work on. That's a self-esteem issue. You got to be, because part of body game too is just being comfortable with your body. That's a big part of it, really. Being comfortable with it, walking around, you comfortable with it, regardless of whether you slim, athletic, or big. Being comfortable with it. It is what it is. You can't do anything about it. It's not worth getting mad about. This is your body build. This is it. So this is what you need to deal with. This is what you need to work on. And that's the thing you got to focus on. That's the thing you need to focus on. You. Don't think you got to be this or that or this type just getting women. Now, you might pay attention to that, but if you go out any place, if you live in a good metropolitan city, just pay attention. Pay attention to her. Because you're going to see all types of men walking around with, I'm going to say at the very least, decent looking women. All right? Decent looking women. Stop worrying about, like, a lot of dudes need to stop worrying about, like, some fashion models and following them. Who gives a fuck? You only worried about where your dick going. You don't worry about that man. That other man ain't worried about you. You worried about where your dick going. You worried about the women you can get. And trust me, if you ain't getting a woman, it's probably bigger than your body build, whatever. It's probably bigger than that. But your body build plays a major thing. Like I said, I know some players. I can go from, oh, they go po-po. Is that po-po? One of the sneak. Oh man, yeah, one of the low key things. Yeah, they don't have that alarm thing. They don't have that siren on top. Yeah, I like when Popo's sneaky. Like I said, around here, Popo got nothing better to do than get your money. Ain't enough crime around here to keep him busy otherwise. But anyway, you gotta worry about yourself. Stop thinking it's one thing and stop acting like you some expert or shit. All you need to worry about is who you get. Like I said, I could put some players in a room and none of them the same size. None of them the same size. All of them gonna be different body builds, everything. And it is what it is. You don't get mad about it. You don't be like, oh, well, this is man, whatever. It is what it is. You get the rights. You get your right body. Don't worry about it. Different men going to get different women. All right. You worry about your body builds. You worry about the women who like that body. Because honestly, the women who like my body, I like their body. They be having those big old butt dunks or brick house bodies and stuff. So that's what I'm concerned with. Because that's something else. Because like I said, different women, they're going to like different men on top of them, under them, around them, whatever. Don't get caught up in thinking, oh, well, this is what women like. How many women have you talked to, motherfucker? Seriously. Hey, seriously. That's the question I would ask. Hey, seriously. How many women have you talked to? Have you talked to 100, 200, 300? How many women have you talked to? You had a conversation with and know what they like. Because if you actually talk to women, because trust me, and I've done that. A third of my consultation clients are women. They like different things in a man. They like different things. So that's what you got to stick with. So you just got to be your best and see which women like it. That's it. All right? So anyway, that's all I got for today, y'all. I might have a surprise for y'all tomorrow. I might. I am Miss Angel with me. So, might. I don't know yet. We'll see. So anyway, I'll get back with y'all. Peace and blessings. Oh, wait, before I go, tomorrow will be a new episode for Dog, who looks something like me. Anyway, check it out tomorrow, all right? And I'll get back with y'all. Peace.